Hello guys and welcome back to Chess with Ayush. And guys, thanks a lot for showing the support on the last video. It got over 100 views on one day. I'm really happy. And guys, today I'm really excited to show you this game. I think this is the craziest win ever, guys. Like my point was plus 18, about plus 18, which is like two, like plus 18 advantage is like if you have one king and he has two queens and one rook. It's like that up. And I still didn't resign because I really didn't wanted to give my rating points to him, and I fought till then, and it was the craziest game, I think. And let's see what happened in the game. So I was playing with black pieces. He opened with the d4, d5, knight to f3, knight c6, bishop f4, bishop f5, and pawn to e3, trying to develop his light squared bishop. Knight to b4. I'm trying to attack the c2 pawn, and if he isn't careful, I can just fork his king and rook. He was careful, so he played the move knight to a3, saving the c2 pawn. I played pawn to e6, trying to develop my dark squared bishop. He played pawn to c3, trying to kick off my uh, knight on b4. I took it back on c6. He played bishop d3, trying to exchange the light squared bishops. I took it. He takes back with the queen. I played knight to f6, just developing and trying to castle short. He castled, and I played the move bishop d6, trying to castle on the next move, and also trying to exchange dark squared bishops. And he played the move knight to e5, and I played knight to e4. So guys, this is I think a bit inaccurate. The computer might not say it, and I really think that I shouldn't have played this move because it actually wasn't necessary for me to play, because I could have just castled and it would be all okay for me. And after this move, he just kicked my knight away, and I had to take it back. And this just gives him tempo, and this wasn't a good move actually. And then he plays this knight to b5, and I played the move bishop back to e7. So guys, this was also a big blunder actually. This wasn't even an inaccuracy, this was a blunder straight away. And guys, this was also a bad move actually. If he had even, I would have played this. He could have take not taking from this. Why was knight to f7? Oh, this hangs. So I could have just taken with the pawn, and then it would be all right for me. But I played this move because I really didn't wanted to exchange my dark squared bishop. I really like to play with my dark squared bishop whenever I am black. But guys, this is a blunder because now my e7 pawn is no more protected, and he can attack it. So guys, you should you should always be really careful whenever you are playing, because if you remove a guard of a piece or a pawn, then it will straight away hang and you cannot save it then. So you should always be careful whenever you make a move. I wasn't careful and I blundered. He takes the knight. I had to take it back, and now c7 was as it was hanging. He takes it back. I had to move my king to f8 because there were only two moves, f8 and d7. So he takes my rook, and guys, we all know that rooks are more powerful than the knight. So whenever we get a chance, we should definitely exchange them, and they definitely give us some advantage, because we know that knights and bishops are cannot move that cannot cover those many squares as many as rooks can cover. So we should definitely exchange whenever we get a chance. So, and now after this move, his queen was entering in, and my queen was also sort of trapped only. I played this move, pawn to g6. He played pawn to c4. I bring my bishop here, my knight here, so that I can attack his bishop. And I also think that you should exchange knights for bishop. I really think that, because knights can only move 2.5 squares at a move, while bishops are way more powerful than that. So I usually exchange the bishop knights for bishop whenever I get a chance. So I played this move, but now he can give a check on h6. So he did it, and I had two moves, g8 and e8. So I bought my king to e8. He takes. Sorry. So he takes. I take back. And he brings the rook of from f to c1. So guys, there's a big threat here that if I'm not careful, for example, I place some move like this, then guys, this is just a fork of my rook for my king and the queen. So guys, yesterday I taught you that a fork is a position in which there are two pieces of yours which are in attack, and you can only save one at a time. So guys, I was aware of this, but as he played this, I played this move. But guys, actually saved my king and queen from the fork, but this was anyways coming. And guys, I didn't saw that after this move my queen had no legal squares on which it is safe. It had no space, and it was just trapped, and I had to take it. I had no other move, because if I went there, he can take with the queen. The last file is covered by the rook, and the last square, this it is also covered by the queen and the rook. So I had to take it. So I take, he takes, and I get my knight back in to save my king. He brings his second rook also in the game. I try to bring my rook in the defense. He gives a check. He gives another check, and now he brings his rook in the attack. Now he doubles on the last file and trying to attack my bishop. So I had to make this move in order to, if he takes now, I can take, and I will be a rook for a bishop. So it will be good for me. So he does not take and gives a check. And I also tried to bring my knight for some more defense. He takes it, and now I cannot take because it's pinned. So guys, pin is a move when you cannot move your any piece, because it's saving something, or if like in this case I cannot move it because it's an illegal move, because if it moves the rook can straight away attack the king, and that's why I cannot move it. So I I now know that my bishop is in attack by the rook and the bishop, so I cannot save it anyways. So I try to escape with my king. He gives a check and also picks up my knight in the next move. So guys, now if you see that he has two rooks, one bishop, and seven pawns, while I have only four pawns and one rook. So guys, it's really unbelievable, but I don't know what I thought, and I still decide to play on. And usually we resign when we are a piece down, but right now I am a queen down and also a bishop down, so he has a +8 advantage from that, and also +3, so he has a +11 advantage right now. Let's see what happens. So guys, this was the move from where I decided to do my plan. So guys, I had only two pieces. I knew that these pawns would be taken soon, so I knew now if I'm playing I had to work on with my rook and the king only. So guys, I saw that his king is not that inside or that safe, and the other pieces are in my attack, so he might not be careful that his king isn't safe. So I bought my king to my rook to c8, so that I can later on take it to the last file, and if I get it there, the only move for his king will be king to f2. So I decided that I can somehow I will try to take my king from g6 to f5, e4, d3, and try to take it to e2. Like it just seems impossible to checkmate the white king because I'm so much down at material. So guys, let's see what happened. He takes this free pawn. I go here according to my plan, a king to g6, then f5, then e3, e4. So I thought that this might work, because actually I had no hope, but I was still continuing to play. I thought that I would be checkmated in some moves, so I was just playing a bit carelessly. So guys, here I played this move, king to f5, because now if I hadn't played this move, then if I played some move like this, then he can just take, and I would have just one square, and it would be more difficult for me. So I got back. He brought his queen into the attack also, and I knew that now I cannot save it. But guys, now I had a plan that I can move here, and now his queen is no more there, which it was earlier, and he might take, and I can go there. And guys, this is exactly what happened. I went there, he takes, and I went there. So guys, I had to go to king to e2, so that I can give him a checkmate at c1, because f2 is the only square which is not covered right now. And if I somehow try to get if I somehow manage to get my king to e2, then I can checkmate him. Guys, this seems impossible for me, because my king is in so much open. And guys, if you actually see, the last move was a fork. As I told you earlier also, a fork is a move in which two of our pieces are attacked, and we can save only one at a time. So here my rook and king are both forked, so he could have simply taken it in the next move. But I think that he was in a bit of time trouble actually, because he was trying to checkmate me. I think he was about 1 minute and I had 5 minutes because no, 3 minutes because it was a blitz game actually. And he takes the pawn. It was also a good move. All the moves are actually good for him. If he even blunders the queen, then he's still winning anyways. So now I only have one pawn and a rook and the king obviously. So according to the plan, I went to e2, and at this point I was a bit too serious that he might blunder here, and he if he tries to make another queen from here, this is just a checkmate, guys. So I think he saw it or not, I don't know that, but he had a check, so he gave me a check. I went to king to d2. He gave a check on b4, queen b4. I went to e2. So guys, now I thought that he might not repeat moves and I might be able to deliver checkmate on rook to c1. And guys, this is what happened. I don't know. I couldn't believe my eyes what I saw. He was, look guys, all if you look at the board, it's white everywhere, guys. He has seven pawns, a bishop, a rook, and a queen. I had only a pawn, and guys, this is the moment of truth. So I gave him a check, and he was, I don't know, he was in grief shock. And after this, he made no moves. I think he had about 20-30 seconds. He just waited and and he let it his time to run out. And after this move, I just won on timeout. So this was not a checkmate because he has this move, but I would have simply taken it and it would have been checkmate. So this is my craziest win. I was super happy that I didn't resign and played on and on. And I think that you should never resign. Like, if you think you can play, you should play. If you have enough time that you can play, then you should never resign. It is also said that no game is ever won by resignation in chess. So I think that it was a crazy game. This was my best win ever. I have won many games through checkmate, but guys, when you we normally when we win a game through checkmate, we are happy. But guys, if we are really down in material like this game, and then we win a game through this type of conversion, we are super happy. I was also super happy. I hope you like this video, and be make sure that you like this video if you enjoyed. And this was Ayush signing off.